Now this has to be the easiest possible run and guide I ever made. So insanely overpowered that the only issue is maybe not having fun because you're too strong to have fun. I highly recommend this to everyone at least once in your lifetime. You need to experience how overpowered Fascist UK is. And you know you're overpowered when the biggest issue you have is that you don't know what to build anymore and you don't know what to produce anymore. I just have too many military factories, so I just built 20,000 trucks because I didn't know what to do with them. Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered what the most overpowered country in Hearts of Iron 4 is? Maybe you are thinking Germany, the USSR, the USA, all very good picks. But trust me, nothing comes even close to what I'm about to show you today. Today we are not just conquering the world, we are getting cores on most of it. If that sounds insane and awesome, this is the right video for you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments and make sure to join our Discord to meet our amazing community. And of course guys, if you enjoy the content I make, please do not forget to support the channel by liking the video, subscribing and leaving me a comment. It really helps. With that said, let's get started. As always guys, research and focus priorities are listed in the description, so I won't cover them in the video, and you can get access to the dedicated spreadsheet and many other perks by joining as a tier 2 member. Now we will go through this first part quickly, as I've already covered the best way to win the civil war in a separate video, so feel free to check that out or watch the unedited version to see all steps in detail. In terms of buildings, we go with military factories from day one in all the best provinces in the UK. Here is the military production priority. Naval production is default, and I usually add some convoys at the end for when the rest of the ships are done. I'm going to rename the army to make it easier to follow the spreadsheet, so we're going to get rid of these guys. We're not going to use them. This will be our def. Here we have here we have our cav and our inf.
Orders.
Now we're going to split off all of the cavalry and we're going to change the other 33 divisions into def.
Attention!
We're going to move 9 of them together with the cavalry. So we have an army of 24 def, an army of def plus cav. And then the most important part for the civil war setup is we're going to request forces from all of our dominions and subjects.
Yes, sir!
And if you did it correctly, you should have 51 extra puppet divisions. This is extremely cool because in the Civil War, despite being at war with the puppets, we're going to be able to keep their armies and use them against Democratic UK. Moreover, these armies will not be split between us and Democratic UK, so they will give us the edge we need to easily win the Civil War without even cheesing, unless you consider this a cheese, of course. Now, 3 of these divisions we are going to give to this secondary army here, and the other ones we are going to split into 2. So we have 3 armies of 24 and an army of 15. Now, the smaller army, this one, we're going to give them a fallback line just north of Edinburgh and Glasgow.
Ready to move!
The other main army of 24 def is going to be in the area of Newcastle here.
Ready!
Then the first puppet army will go on a fallback line all the way from Newcastle to Birmingham. No, wait a sec. Yeah. Then the first army of 24 puppets will be in a fallback line around here, something like this. And the last army of puppets will be in a fallback line in this area here. This should pretty much cover everything we need.
Ready, sir!
We can give them to a marshal, but we will wait before assigning marshals and generals. But in the meantime, we can shift click and train them all the way up to regular. We also want to gather and train all of our planes. Let's go in here. And I'm going to gather the navy in southern UK, but do not train the navy. We don't have the fuel for that. In terms of the occupied territories, let's set the law to local autonomy and CAV as the default template. We're going to create an agency right away, and we're going to get 5 upgrades as we get it. And with that, we can start. Oh yeah, by the way, you can assign the scientists. It doesn't change much. We are not going to use any naval engineering special projects, nor any naval researchers, so it's entirely optional. Up to you. In terms of the agency upgrades, what I usually like is suicide pills and then all of the departments. But that's up to you, it's free as long as you get 5 and you get a second spy. Here we are going to pick we cannot, although it doesn't change much. And when you get the spy, send it immediately to the United States to build Intel network. I would recommend sending it to the Hawaii, so it's less likely to get caught, and it's going to have a great time. So we can continue. Here we are going to back the Turks. And it is time for the civil war. Not just yet. We actually have these new special. We now actually have these new special decisions here. We're going to pick a selected. Let me do that again. We're going to pick them in a very specific set of regions to make the civil war incredibly easy for us to win. We have a lot of political power that we have been saving. Moreover, we are not going to pick. No, that's already in the description. Sorry, guys. No need to explain that. Okay, so maybe, let me do that again. So at this point, we are going to pick these new special decisions here, here. Or maybe I should just list them in the description. Yeah, maybe that's a better idea. So at this point, we are going to pick these new special decisions in a set of provinces to make the civil war much easier for us to win. I will write... yeah. You can find all of the provinces in the description of the video. You can find all provinces in the description of the video. So what you're going to do is, as soon as it is done, when you get the event, you pick it in the next one. And you keep going even when your stability is below 50%. The civil war will not trigger right away, so you have enough time to pick all of them. Make sure to pick them carefully. Yeah, no need to say that. Okay. Now, the only thing is me not fucking them up. So, let's pay attention to what I'm doing. As we pick these decisions, we're also going to stop training the army, otherwise they will not be ready for the civil war. And these should be the last one. There we go. So now our stability is very low and the civil war will trigger in just a couple of days. There we go, civil war time, and as you can see we already control London, so we are in a perfect spot already, and the UK is already 21% towards capitulation. With this particular positioning, we also take some of the victory points. Let me do that again, sorry boys. Now with this particular positioning, as you can see, we take some of the important victory points, even though we didn't pay for them, like London and Edinburgh. So we start in a very good spot to win the civil war quickly. We don't want to win it. We don't want to win it super quickly because we have some stuff to do before the end of the civil war.
Listen up. Orders.
So first of all, we want to reassign these divisions and give them a proper front line and an offensive line to push in the north. This is the northern army. This smaller one is the central army that can push in here. And then the ones that were not touched at all, which are the puppet armies. There is one here. They need to push for Liverpool. And one in the south, which will push for these last victory points down here. Now it's also time to give them the highest motorization priority, aggressively execute battle plans. We're going to promote... Oliver Lees, right? No, Miles D. Okay. We're going to promote this guy to be our marshal and assign him. And then we're just going to pick the best offensive generals for these armies. We have plenty of good ones.
Ready. Yes, sir.
Now you also get some additional militia. You can simply assign it
Ready. Ready.
to the armies you already have. And the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to select our planes and we're going to assign them to one of the armies to follow them around. Now, generally speaking, I would start all of the offensives right away, and I would also micromanage the divisions a little bit, because in the first few days of the war, the Democratic UK doesn't even have divisions. You might be able to rush some of the victory points very quickly. Oh, we already got Liverpool. We need to be careful because we don't want to cap them yet. So let's make sure that they still have something. And if you are taking them down too fast, stop your divisions for a little bit. We need 200 political power before we end the Civil War. Now, of course, the strategy I showed you is the fastest to win the Civil War. It's a pretty balanced one, but you could pick a bit less regions to save some political power if you wanted to. Need to be a little bit careful here. If we take Dover and probably Birmingham, we may win. So I'm going to stop the offensives for now. Yeah, no, stop.
Orders. Keep moving.
Okay, let's stop all of them.
Orders.
In the video I made last week, it was a bit tougher to take them down. This time was very easy. There is, of course, a little bit of RNG, like if we took Liverpool right away. And it looks like taking Dover might... end the Civil War, so we're going to wait. Okay, perfect. We are at 200 political power, so now we can declare war on all of the subjects of the UK. It is 11 of them, do not miss any of them. Okay, that should be it. You can check from here to make sure that you declared on all of them. And the funny thing is, despite being at war with the puppets of the UK, we can still use their armies, and that's pretty fun. Now, these increase the war support enough for us to pick domestic film industry, and at that point, enough to pick war economy, a very early war economy. So we do need 1 day maybe. There we go, war economy. Now we can easily end the civil war. And that should be it. Perfect. Look at that. So peace conference, and we get to take everything in it. So the important thing here is we want to annex all of the cores of the UK, of course. So everything in here. Don't forget about this little cheesy island, tricky island. Then we also need to annex all dominions, because if we don't, they will declare independence and break free. So we need to keep them under our direct control. As for the other stuff, basically the subjects, it's up to you. You can puppet them, or you can annex them if you prefer to paint them up in your color. And if you're going for a war conquest, it may be better to annex all of them. But in terms of efficiency, I find it better to puppet and balkanize them. That gives you the most factories. So you do actually need to annex this part here. After you're done puppeting everyone, take also war reparations and don't forget to take war reparations and resource rights. We get coal, but we don't get an option to fucking take everything from everyone in one click. How fun. And after you're done with that, do not forget to take the rest of the UK. There is part of the UK that you cannot puppet, so you need to annex that part. And finally, you can take the Navy, although the Navy is a bit bugged and you get it in any case. But you can see, yeah, we did it and it didn't give us anything, so you can do it again, but now you don't have enough points for everything. But it doesn't matter because you take the entire Navy in any case. And we are done. Let's confirm. Let's be very happy with where we are at right now. 100% stability straight right away and ready to conquer the rest of the world. Okay, now we need to set up... Alright, now we need to set up for the next part of the run, which involves taking down the United States. Now we're going to change the occupation law to harsh quotas. And we're going to start recruiting the max number of cav divisions, which is 23. Now to fight the US, we're also going to use our navy, so we can start gathering it in here first. Don't forget to pick your focus at this point.
Ready, sir! Yes, sir! Ready!
Now we're going to split off the cavalry and then a couple of puppet divisions from this main army, and then this main army will be ready to push the US from Canada. Give them an offensive line, something like this. This is the area with supplies, and we can push straight to their victory points. Now we're going to completely ignore this area. We're going to let the US push in here. That's totally fine for us. There is nothing there anyway.
Ready!
Then we're going to prepare this second army that we created to push in here. Now this push is incredibly important. It's going to be hard at first because we need to break through. But once we break through, they will be basically open to take all of the victory points of the United States in there. We are going to fill this army with all of the cavalry that we are currently recruiting.
Yes, sir!
But in the meantime, of course, we can keep training these divisions. And we can send all of our planes to Canada and keep training them. See the timing, 1 second. Actually quite curious. Late, why am I late? Yeah, I'm about 1 month late. That's a bit weird. The political power. Did I pick it? Did I pick the decision in one more state than I should have? Ooh, that would be bad. That would be quite bad. Still think it's gonna be fine, but I probably did pick it in one more state. Slightly annoying. It's okay, the setup is done so that even if you're a bit late, everything will match because we didn't pick the focus. So in terms of focuses and strategy, everything is going to match perfectly. But yeah, we are a bit late for some reason that I don't understand. Alright, now what do we do with the Navy? We're going to split off all submarines. We're going to create a new theater. In any case, a new admiral for the submarines. Pick the admirals more carefully if you're interested in what they are doing. Then we're going to select all destroyers here. We're going to split them a little bit in a few groups. These guys will be on strike force, while all of the all destroyers will be on convoy escort, and all submarines will be on convoy raiding. So where are we going to assign them? We want to cover all of the regions around the UK, and then we want to cover all of these regions here. Maybe not this one, actually, we don't need this one. And the same for both of these armies. And the same for both of these navies. Now we want to start a justification on the United States as soon as possible. It will cost you 25 political power. Done here. And then also, as soon as possible, at 25 political power, we are going to pick this new special decision. As we do that, we're also going to force deploy the cavalry, and we're going to start recruiting another 19 cavalry divisions.
Attention! Ready! Attention!
And this cavalry, we can, the cavalry that we got, we can split them around a little bit, partly to this army and partly to another army that is going to push in the same area as the main infantry, so in here.
Ready, sir!
And keep training everyone as you wait. Now, you should also get the second spy around this time. We can use it on Quiet Intel network, because now we do have the required network to start preparing a collaboration government in the United States. This is going to be very important. We only want one, but I still activate repeat for the notifications. And this is our highest priority, so we want to change the priority in here, because we want this collab to be done as soon as possible. Now, as you can see, we can bypass most focuses with this strategy, so we don't even need to complete anything in here. Although we do need these two to get the US and to core the US, which is very important. at 100 political power, we're going to pick army offense. And let's get ready, stop training our divisions because we are very close to getting our claim. Just a few more days. So very soon we'll be at war with the United States. Now, you may get a message before this time in which they ask you to reduce the navy, to respect the navy treaties, whatever, I forgot the name. Accept it if you get that message. It doesn't matter much anyway. Let's also give this guy aggressive assaulter and offensive doctrine and organization first and whatnot. Make sure that he has the highest motorization priority. Alright, claim on the US. We declare war on them right away. Make sure to assign your planes. Make sure you... Make sure to assign your planes and trigger all offensives at the same time. Okay, they usually form a coalition at this point, which is okay, which also means that technically you can justify another countries and bring them into the same war and take them in the peace conference. I don't usually do that because we need the political power for something else. So we will get our claims later on. But if you want, you can do that. There is only one little tricky thing here, is if France joins this coalition, then you also need to take down France. And that's potentially annoying. But it usually doesn't happen, but it is a risk that must be considered.
Ready to move! Ready! Move out!
Now in here I would recommend rushing the victory points as soon as possible. The real breakthrough will be once you open this side. Then this cavalry is free to basically rush all of the victory points. Now we're also going to... No, nothing.
Let them have it! Ready, sir! Ready to move! Orders! Listen up! Listen up! Yes, sir! Attention! Listen up!
So nothing special in here. As you can see, this is not a particularly difficult war because the US actually doesn't have enough divisions. And many of their divisions are here pushing nothing in Canada. So that's pretty cool too.
Listen up!
Oh wow, they are naval invading here. That's pretty cool.
Attention! Ready to move!
Just make sure to micro your divisions a little bit because as you can see the front is a complete mess. So if you don't micro them, yeah, they will do some stupid stuff.
Orders! Listen up! Listen up! Attention! fire!
Okay, we finally opened up the gap in here, and now it's going to be painful for them.
Attention! All in! Attention! Listen up! Attention! Orders! Yes, sir! Orders! Listen up! All in! All in! Let them have it! Look in the back, sir! Attention! Ready! Attention!
So keep using these cavalry, micromanage them, and use them to rush all of the victory points. That's the most important part of this war. It doesn't matter much what happens on the main front, although you do need the main victory points. But then you just rush these ones to end the war.
Ready to move! Come on!
If you do everything correctly, the war should end around the time you get the collaboration government, which is in 17 days. Ideally, the collaboration government should end the war. That's not always the case, but that's the goal.
Orders! Ready! 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 Attention! Taking aim!
The neutrality act, not perfectly timed, not perfectly timed.
Ready!
We need these victory points in here, though.
Keep your
See if we
distances!
can get them.
Listen up!
Okay, we got our collaboration government in the US. Now let's see how close we are. Not that close. We still need definitely these 3 victory points and possibly these ones too. But yeah, fairly good. Now, what's not so good is that our spy got captured. It's still okay. Now, what you want to do after the collaboration government is you want to start spying on Germany right away. Now let's send over the additional cavalry. We'll probably not get there in time, but we can still send it.
Listen up! All in! Ready, sir!
And let's see what we can do here to finish this fast.
Attention! All in! Attention!
Let's see, maybe Houston is enough. That would be nice. Oh, not yet. We need one more victory point.
Ready to move!
say this is a pretty good option.
Keep your distances. All in. Ready.
Remember that actually just taking empty land counts, so just take anything you have available when you get to this point.
Guns.
Come on, this should be enough. Not yet.
Attention.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. Basically perfectly on time, especially if you consider that somehow I was 1 month later with the Civil War, but now we got back in time, basically. The collaboration government is always at the same time. That's our timeline. Now, this is very good because we get to annex the United States, and we want to do that right away. So annex the United States entirely, and then just puppet everything else. In this case, always the Philippines. In this case, there is always a free Costa Rica for us in here. So with war reparations and resource rights, of course, as always. And then we also want to take a juicy US Navy. Why not? Why not? Perfect stuff. Now that the US is done, if you have some cavalry to deploy it as soon as possible and send it back. No, let me do that again. Okay, so as soon as the US goes down, we're going... Let me actually make a save just in case, you never know. Okay, now that the US is down, what we want to do is we want to go into occupation. We want to go into occupied territories and we want to release Canada as a puppet. Now, Canada will always revolt against us, so they will declare independence, which means we need to get ready to take them down again. There is no way to avoid this, they always do that. Now, apparently I lost one cavalry, so I will recruit another one. Because ideally you want 3 armies of 24. And what we're going to do with these armies is simply push into Canada. Canada doesn't actually have divisions, so it's going to be very easy. Just remember that you also need to push this area here. Because they have some victory points. Because they have some victory points in here and they actually don't go down that easily. You need to take quite a bit of victory points. But again, this is super easy. We can train our divisions as we wait. Now we also got a huge navy, of course, so we can gather them in the UK and we can start training them. We're not going to need them, of course, against Canada, so they can be in here. Once they get there, you can train them all. Now we also want to start building more military factories in all of the best provinces we have available. And this is basically the rule from now on. Always building the best provinces available in the UK, in the US. The 80% and the 60% as well. Yeah, I don't want this shit. Not remove this shit. That's not cool. And there we go. So Canada proclaims independence. They always do that. That's perfect. So we're just going to justify on them right away. And now we also got our second spy back. We can spy on Germany again. Bulgaria, we don't care. Not training, boys. Train. Okay, now we can deploy the last cavalry and send it all to the rest of the army. Keep an eye on Germany, as soon as you get to 50% spy network, we're going to start a collaboration government. We want a total of 2, so this time we do want to automatically repeat and do it again, because we don't have a third spy. But we want to be ready for that. Now, what I do with these puppet divisions is I usually destroy them, so we get some infantry equip in return.
Ready, sir! Ready to move!
Okay, and we got our claim on Canada, so let's go and take them down very quickly. So immediately, well, let's stop training, let's push everywhere. This is not a real war, of course, but you may want to rush with cavalry some of the victory points, just in case, since I don't have an army, there isn't much that you need to do. And as we attack Canada, we're also going to start a justification on Yugoslavia. Yeah, don't take Montreal. Just stay there and do nothing. Perfect. There's a victory point that we need in here. Wait, why don't you take Vancouver? What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, you need to micro them, because otherwise they don't take the stuff they need to take. But jokes aside, Canada, of course, doesn't have anything.
Listen up! Listen up!
And Canada is taken. So what we're going to do now is we're going to puppet them again. So we're going in here and we're going to puppet Canada with war reparations and resource rights. So what's the difference from before? Well, now they are not going to break free anymore. And they are already an integrated puppet. So we just need... Well, I will never find it. Where is it? Yeah, right at the beginning. They are already an integrated puppet, so they just need one more step to become annexed, which is going to be incredibly important for us. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to start a land lease right away. We're going to send them convoys only once. We want to send them enough for the annexation, so around 700 points, 800 points. You get them back anyway, so don't worry about it. Now we're going to get rid of all of the puppet divisions that we have in here.
Listen up. Yes, sir. Orders.
Just going to disband them entirely.
Commands.
And the other ones, we're going to change them all to infantry. Now we want to have enough infantry for 3 full armies.
Ready to move. Yes, sir. Orders.
So we need a total of 12 infantry divisions. If you lost some, you may need slightly more, but usually this is the amount.
Ready, sir.
Now we don't need to be in the States anymore, so we can send back these divisions to the mainland. And we can start training them again. Now we can now also design some better planes. So we are going to F1, C1, okay. So we can now design some better planes. So we're going for this design for our fighters. And this one for our CAS. And we also want to produce them, and to do that we're going to adjust the production priority a little bit. So this here is the new production priority at this point. Now I actually want to deploy these new infantry as soon as possible and assign them to the army and train them as soon as possible. And also, it looks like in this case, France is going for the little entente. Now, of course, when you change ideology as a major, there are some unpredictable events in the world. This shouldn't be too much of a problem, but it is something to consider. The advantage of this run is that it's very, very aggressive, so we basically don't give enough time to the rest of the world to change too much. So yes, this is one of the possible events. But other than that, there isn't much else that is going to change. Now, in terms of army experience, navy experience, and so on, do pick the spirits, not the army ones yet, but the other ones you can, and then of course you can pick the doctrines. It's entirely free, we have a navy that doesn't care, so I usually go for this one. So I usually stay with fleeting being, which is good to protect convoys, but it really doesn't matter much. Now we're also going to add to our infantry template the recon, the anti-air, and the logistics companies.
Attention!
It's time to create our faction. Let's call it Broken UK. I would say that's the perfect name for it. The Dawn of Broken UK. That's needed to pick this next focus here, otherwise you cannot pick it.
Yes, sir!
Okay, as soon as possible we're going to spy Germany again for the second collaboration government.
Ready to move!
Puppet divisions we don't need. But we can use their equipment, so disbanding them is not useless. Doesn't matter. As you can see, another huge number of focuses completely bypassed. We are skipping through this focus tree like never before. And now we're picking this one mostly because it gives us enough political power to easily annex Canada. There is some RNG, so you may have slightly less political power at this point. You can be sure that you will have enough once you complete this focus.
Enough! Ready, sir!
Oh, for fuck's sake. Completely forgot this priority here. So what was it? Let's see. Okay. 3, 4. Should be the right one. Okay, we got our claim on Yugoslavia. We're slightly early, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I also think it's a good idea to stop training the Navy right now. We're going to use the Navy to destroy the French Navy. And of course, France should help Yugoslavia. They will probably all join Little Entente, whatever. Before that, let's get to the end of this focus, because this one is very important. This doesn't matter. So now that we have the required political power, we're going into decisions, and we are going to pick... where is it? Yes. So now that we have the required political power, we are going into decisions, and we are going to create the Pan-North American state. This will break the game for a little bit, but don't worry. You can do it. You can do it. Boom! Look at this, Dominion of North America. Now, wait just 1 or 2 days. Make sure that everything in here is considered a core of Canada, so give them enough time. Okay, so now all of North America is a core of Canada, and now we can just annex Canada. So all of this is our stuff. It's not our core yet. For now, it's all occupied state, but it will be our core very soon. So we can now bypass this focus, and we can now bypass this focus. This focus tree, we are just not playing it. And we can immediately pick the Imperial Federation. Now, when this one is done, in 70 days, all of this stuff will be ours, and it will be our core. So Canada and the United States cored in 1937. Come on, people, build your freaking infrastructures.
Ready!
Should be enough. Yeah, this guy. Now, if you have enough political power, you can also immediately send an attaché to Japan. And then very soon... by the way, let me show you a very cool trick here. It was some of you in the comments who suggested it, and it's amazing. So when you send an attaché, you get these diplomatic protests. And they're quite annoying because they make you lose a lot of political power. Well, there is an amazing trick for it. If you go to the country, in this case it's Yunnan who did that, and you negotiate market access, they will always refuse, and your opinion of them will decrease. And since the political power that you lose depends on your opinion of them, as you can see now, you don't lose any political power anymore. And of course you can spam this, so if you have a higher opinion of them in the first place, you just keep doing it. Don't annoy me. You just keep doing it until you don't lose any political power, and then you just keep the attaché. That's an incredibly cool trick, and it allows you to save a lot of political power. Now, with our spies, we switch once again to Quiet Intel Network, and we start our second collaboration government in Germany. Now it is also time to use our claim on Yugoslavia. So, war on Yugoslavia. Let's see if France joins. That would be good. Though they don't seem... yes, they are in the Little Entente, so we are at war with France. That's perfect. If not, France usually guarantees them anyway, so you usually get to this point. In any case, that's great, because we are now at war with a major. And being at war with a major means we can get claims very quickly, very easily. So we're going to start by getting a claim on Ireland.
Ready to move!
Now, what we want to do at this point is we want to set up our navy exactly in the same way as before. So with the submarines, the destroyers on convoy escort, and the rest of the fleet on strike force. And we want basically to cover everything around us and around France, including the Mediterranean Sea. I mean, we have the biggest navy in the world, why would we care? Now, we should also have enough army experience to pick the superior firepower doctrine. We're going to do that right away, and then we're also going to pick the tactic. And by the way, to everyone saying, superior firepower is so bad, Grand Battle Plan is always better. No, it's not always better. Like, as a first perk, plus 10% soft attack, and a very cool doctrine, and a very cool tactic right away on day one is really good. Grand Battle Plan is amazing, but that's a defensive tactic, so you don't need it early as much as you need superior firepower. When you go for a very aggressive build, like we are today, the early perks of superior firepower are unmatched by anything else.
Ready, sir! Ready!
So now let's prepare one of our armies to invade Ireland quickly. As soon as we get the claim, we're going to actually take them down. Look at Germany. Germany wants to help us. Amazing. Yeah, this is a bit of an annoying thing if you get the puppets, because you will have this screen completely covered for the rest of the run, unfortunately. Okay, we're almost done with our claim. Let's stop training these guys. Planes for you. And as we get our claim on Ireland, we're going to declare war on them, we're going to invade them, and we're going to start a justification on the Netherlands. Okay, Netherlands down. Of course, not much of a challenge. Unlike the real one, which gave the UK some troubles. And we can keep training these divisions. Oh, look at the sea. It's so green. It's so beautiful. Alright, we're going to declare war on the Netherlands. We're actually not going to invade them though, so we just declare war on them. And we're also going to start justifying a claim on Italy at this point. But guys, something very important is about to happen. Only one more day, the Imperial Federation. It is the beginning of the Empire, and it is only 1937. Why does that matter? Well, because now we got course on the US. You need to give it a couple of days. There we go. Okay, we got course on the US. We got course on Canada. We got course on Australia and New Zealand as well. Unfortunately, you do not get course on India. That's sad, but that would be probably too broken. And somehow you don't get course on South Africa. I thought you were supposed to get course on South Africa, but maybe there is something I'm missing. In any case, that doesn't matter much. Also, India is being taken by France, but it doesn't matter. So now we are more than insane, of course. At this point, we can afford to recruit another 24 army. Oh, okay, right, yeah. At this point, we get some new divisions, not the puppet ones, but the other ones, yes. So these ones here, we can give them to a new army. We can send them to the UK, and we can change them all to infantry. And then we're going to recruit another, and then we're going to recruit enough, and then we're going to recruit enough infantry to make that another full army. So 15.
Orders! Ready, sir!
Not forget the focus. What was this one? Should be good enough. Second base. Sorry, got a text for my other job because as soon as I'm done recording this video, I will go out and tour guide. Unfortunately, YouTube is not enough to pay the bills, so for now, that's also why I don't make more videos or more country guides. I do need to work, unfortunately. This is my passion, but it's not enough yet. Support the channel. Buy the membership. Help me out. Kidding. Okay, what was I doing here? Nothing. Nothing at all. Now we're now waiting for these few researches to end, as we will be able to make our new tanks very soon. Okay, we got the claim on Italy, so we need to get ready to invade France. So in fact, when we get the claim on Italy, we're going to start a justification on Belgium. This one takes a little bit longer. And then we're going to prepare the army to invade Italy. Any of them is fine. Yeah, but these ones are already trained, so I would go for them. We invade France from here. I almost never done it this way. It's always the other way, but yeah. This is much easier. Groups of 2. Something like this should be perfect. Let's move all of them in position, give them a nice general. And we're going to send another army to reinforce and help them later on. So let's prepare it back here. And now we should be able to design our tanks. Let's go on and do that right away. So this is going to be our design. We can save it. And we can start producing it. It's infantry tanks for this one. We give all future factories to it and we decrease the infantry equipped to only 30. And we also want to... a bit later. Now we need to keep an eye on this claim. We don't want it to expire. So before the end of February, we need to attack Italy. Wants to join our faction? Italy. No, that's not gonna happen.
Ready! Ready, sir!
Okay, it's China this time, and you see, that would be a lot of political power. Why does China love me so much? What? Don't love me that much. It's very annoying. That's pretty bad timing, though. Well, I do need to start this naval invasion while I keep requesting China for market access. We're going to lose some political power here, but at least we can decrease it a little bit, maybe.
Fall in!
Great timing, China. Probably do it one more time. I'm afraid that it will auto-accept the message. Ah, maybe one more. Yeah. $50 again. Whatever. Okay, I'll pay the... Annoying though. Need it for claims. Okay, 25 is much better. Let's go with 25. Why do you love me? What did I do to get your love? Improve relation? Ah, they improved. Yeah, of course, this is my opinion of them. That's why. I see. Okay. Now we can focus on France.
Sir!
We have about 1 month. Ideally, we want to take down France in time. But if we cannot do it, we will declare war on Italy anyway, that's fine.
Listen up. Move out. Orders. All in. All in. Commands. Yes, sir. Ready to move.
Okay, let's send down all divisions and just push quickly into France.
Ready, sir. Commands.
And also let's force deploy these infantry divisions so that they can start training. Not you, not you, you're an intruder.
Ready to move.
Pretty fun though.
Listen up.
Okay, Paris is down. And France, despite being the little entente, is still the good old France that capitulates very quickly. That's it, France is down. And now this is not always the case because they don't always form the coalition. But then if they form the coalition, we're in an even better spot because we get to annex all of this stuff with it. So now here we are going to annex everything which is in Europe, because later on we can also form the European Union as fascist UK, and we get to core all of this stuff. So we can entirely take Czechoslovakia, we can take Romania, we can take Yugoslavia fully, we can take Ireland, of course, we can take the mainland of the Netherlands. So this stuff we're going to annex. And of course, we're going to annex all of mainland France. Perfect. And the rest you can simply puppet. You can puppet Free France, but what I would recommend doing instead is balkanizing at least Vietnam, Cambodia and Laos. That tends to help with Japan later on. It's not a big deal, but it's what I usually do. Of course, as before, balkanizing is better in terms of factories you get in the long run. Annexing is better if you want the wood to be painted in your color. Which arguably is a good point when you're playing the UK. Another big navy to take. Now we also will have now we will also have the French one. Why not? Why not? Confirm, be very happy. Now all of this stuff here we're going to lose later on because we will be at war with Germany. We're not going to defend it, but it doesn't matter. It's time to quickly get ready for Italy. We have a few days before the claim expires, so we're going to prepare one army here.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to plan another naval invasion for Italy as well.
Attention.
Groups of 2 from here.
Listen up. Attention. Orders. Ready, sir.
along the coast of Italy, something like this.
Ready to move.
Here, the last army here, just in case.
Sir. Attention.
Actually, the third army we're going to prepare at the border with Belgium, because we need to take Belgium down as well when we get the claim. We don't need 3 armies for Italy anyway. I don't want the destroyer. Give me more convoys. Where am I? Prepare the new big fleet that we got to support the naval invasion of France, the naval invasion of Italy.
Yes, sir. Orders.
To make things even easier, Italy doesn't actually have an army here. They do have an army, but it's just not here. And let's go for Italy. Oh, we don't have the supremacy. Look at this. Where's my... Split them more evenly, maybe.
Let them have it. Ready to move.
Of course, Italy is not a challenge. They are never a challenge, but they are particularly not a challenge when you're OP. Like in this case. A bit more than France, still. Oh, that's... why did that happen? Oh, I see. Okay. Which one is that? Which Raj declared independence? I mean, it must be the one I took from France, no? Because this is me. I don't understand which one it is, but it's okay.
Orders. Orders. Ready, sir. Ready to move. Pushing them back, sir.
Okay, we got our We got our second collaboration government in Germany. Unfortunately, our spy was caught. That's not ideal, but we now want to start spying on the USSR.
Fall in!
We're about to get the claim on Belgium, and Italy is also about to go down. Perfect, we got the claim. Let's go after Belgium and start a justification on Germany. Now, Japan is guaranteeing the independence of Germany, which means we will be at war with Japan too. There is a bit of RNG as to that, and in this case, I guess it's a bit unfortunate. Sometimes they don't guarantee them. This is not a tripartite pact. It's too early for that, so not much we can do about it for now. So at this point, we also want to make some changes to our infantry, despite the fact that we are still using them to push. It's okay. We're going to bring them to 26 with something like this. So this is our new inf. Actually, we're going to call it off from now on. Give them a cooler icon and make them elite.
Listen up! Ready to move!
Okay, Belgium is already down. We can annex mainland Belgium and puppet the rest. We also got the claim on Germany. Now we also want to get a claim on Luxembourg. And then we want to start preparing our divisions for Germany. So we're going to place them in here. We're going to start training them in the meantime. These guys, the least trained ones, we're going to place them in this area here. And we're going to keep training them. Meanwhile, Italy should be almost done. Totally forgot that they need to have a civil war, it seems, but I mean, they should remember. At some point they should remember. Okay, we need to remember before June that we need to declare war on the German Reich. Okay, finally the civil war. Okay, they capitulated right away. So we didn't have enough time to transfer territory. Not ideal, but it's okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to annex for Italy the land that is a core of Italy. So we're going to give this all back to Italy. Who is sharing? We're sharing a score with Ethiopia. Okay. Annoying, but okay. This stuff here. And then the rest we're going to puppet. Can take the Italian Navy. Why not? We took all of the big navies in the game, so another one for us. It's a bit too late for that. So now that Italy is down, we can prepare our armies for Germany. So we want to send another one here. Actually, I need to take Luxembourg as well. So let's prepare these guys for Luxembourg.
Yes, sir.
Ideally, to hold the front against Germany, you want 2 armies in here, another one that covers the entire area, and 1 in here. That should be enough.
Ready.
Make sure that everybody is training. And let's immediately decrease the autonomy of Italy to integrated puppet. So we can check it here. We need to make it an integrated puppet. We need 750 points. So start a land lease and just send convoys for 750 points.
Ready, sir.
We can actually use the army experience here to pick some of this stuff. Remember to deploy the new planes from time to time because we actually have a lot of planes. Okay, we got a claim on Luxembourg. Let's take down Luxembourg very quickly.
Orders.
Okay, Luxembourg resisting because we are training our divisions. Okay, no more resistance for Luxembourg. Cool.
Ready to move. Commands. Commands. Attention. Ready.
Luxembourg we want to annex because it's going to be in the European Union.
Commands! Yes, sir! Ready to move! Attention!
Now we're basically ready for Germany. I would like at least one army to be fully trained before we declare war on them. Now I was thinking maybe we need, maybe we can give up on the attaché since when we attack Germany, Japan will join them, so we will lose the attaché anyway. But for now we're going to keep it.
Listen up!
But they did take Austria, that's nice. So Austria we don't need to take. Sometimes they don't take Austria when you go non-historical, so you need to take them yourself. That's totally cool.
Fall in! Ready to
Okay,
move!
so let's stop training our divisions temporarily, and then we're going to try to do that a bit one by one, not all at the same time.
Yes, sir!
We now want to declare war on Germany. Let me save. Alright, so we now want to declare war on Germany. Japan will join in this case. That's not always the case. We are going to completely ignore Japan anyway. The only annoying thing about Japan is that now that we're at war with Germany, what we usually do is we start claiming many other countries that are next to Germany. And ideally, if you're going for a world conquest, this would be a good time to claim all countries in the world just before capitulating Germany. If Japan is not involved, that's totally fine. But if Japan is involved, some of these countries may join the Japanese faction instead of the Axis. And that's a little bit annoying, because then you need to go all the way to Japan to take them down. And that's the only issue with Japan joining this war. If Japan doesn't join the war, you have the perfect setup for a full war conquest basically right now. Also, guys, I will mention how to do that, but keep in mind that the goal for this run is not to go for a full world conquest. The main goal, the main purpose of this run is to take every single thing that we can core as the UK. So core the most of the world. We already did a good chunk of that, but of course there is all of Europe to take, and the European Union is a special one, so you can get other regions, including part of Russia, Scandinavia, all of the Balkans, so that's what we are going for today. Okay, now let's see if we can hold the front against Germany without too many problems. We're going to assign all of our planes, split them around a little bit. But it should be fine. Now, of course, at this point, often Czechoslovakia is still alive and Yugoslavia is still alive. In that case, they would join the Axis. In this case, instead, the Axis can take them. So again, there is a little bit of RNG. It's unavoidable.
Ready! Ready! Attention!
While you hold the front against Germany, try to finish the training for your divisions whenever you see an opportunity to do that. And this shouldn't be too hard to hold the front, so should be easy. Now, when we get the third spy, we want to send it to Russia to get collaboration government, although I'm thinking maybe we should free this guy first. Yeah, and also, by the way, as soon as you declare war on Germany, I am slightly late, I must admit, we want to start the justifications on Hungary. I will mention all of them now, otherwise it's... No, okay, let me do that one by one, okay. So we want to start a justification on Hungary.
Yes, sir.
Oh, meanwhile, we can bring Italy to integrated puppet. That's great. Yeah, so at this point, the production is in trouble in the sense that we have so many factories that I literally don't know what to produce anymore. You can just increase a bit everything, I guess. I guess we can send yet. No, we don't have the spear. Right, never mind. Maybe the attaches. It would be a better idea to send it to China instead of Japan at this point, though. Let me see. Let's change that. Yeah, let's change that definitely. Now, this is a part of the war in which we don't really need to push Germany. We are happy to keep them like this. As we're actually going to use this time to get... as we're actually going to use this time to get claims on many other countries. Okay, let's go after Hungary and let's... Yeah, okay, no, let me do that all at once, otherwise the guide becomes crazy. So as soon as we get our claim on Hungary, we declare war on them, and then we are going to do the same exact thing. I call this tugging. So you justify and declare war, but you don't actually bother invading them. They will be part of the Axis anyway. So after Hungary, you want to do it on Albania, Bulgaria. Why is Bulgaria stealing stuff? Okay. Norway, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. Greece and Denmark. Portugal, Poland, and if needed, Austria. But Austria in this case is not needed. If needed, also Czechoslovakia. Again, not needed here. So you justify, immediately declare war as you get the claim, and move on to the next one. Yeah, so for example, Albania joined Japan, not the Axis. That's a little annoying, but that's okay. When it looks like you will have enough tanks soon, you can change offensive, adding 2 more tank battalions to a total width of 30. This is the final template we are going to use.
Listen up. Yes, sir.
Submits to whom? Oh, okay. Greece became a puppet of Germany, so I guess we will not have to justify on them. For Norway. And finally, I have my 3 spies available. You should do this as soon as possible. I'm slightly late, but you want to start preparing collaboration governments on cooldown in the Soviet Union. Now we have 3 spies, so if you automatically repeat, they will actually be on cooldown. Come on, don't join fucking Japan.
Ready, sir.
By the way, this is why I don't usually do war conquests. It's all about getting one claim after the other and declaring war while at war with a major. And there is nothing more to it. It's not particularly fun. It's not particularly interesting. But that's simply the strategy. You stay at war with one major and declare war on all minors so that they join that major. And then you take them all in the peace conference. Well, I guess we're going to make more tanks here.
Listen up. Ready!
Now I cannot even pick the researchers. Why don't they give us an option to disable this stuff? It's so annoying. It's one of the main reasons not to make puppets, other than the game goes crazy and it's lagging already in 1939. Okay, when it comes to Denmark, pick the puppet option. So we will protect them. I think I'm actually going to send an attaché to China at this point. We want to save 300 political power to annex Italy as soon as the war is done, but it looks like we have enough, so I'm going to do that. Let's not go through here, maybe. Such a great idea. Alright, Portugal. And Portugal should be the last one, I believe. Oh no, there is Poland too. Okay, now let's go for Poland. Okay, we got the claim on Poland. Now we got everyone. Make sure that everyone needed for the European Union is claimed, or already conquered. So everything in here, except for Spain. We're going to take Spain next, but not right now. So now we can actually push Germany. As we push Germany, we are going to start a justification on Spain, and then we can start all of our offensives. Okay, Poland joined Japan, but this doesn't matter much. And now you will see how easy it is to push Germany. We don't really need to do anything. You can just battle plan. If you want to micro a little bit, you can do something fun like this. I wouldn't call this microing exactly, but it can be fun because you can get some big encirclements in there. Okay, we got the claim on Spain already, but first we need to capture Germany. It's funny that they still take Memel despite being in the same faction. Big encirclement. We need to be careful not to lose the claim on Spain, so we need to cap Germany before the end of May.
Come on! Mount!
Which should not be too much of a problem, especially since we have 2 collaboration governments. And they are going down very fast. And by very fast, I mean very, very fast.
Attention! Come on!
And rush bien. Oh, that was incredibly fast. I should check the timing, but one of the fastest pushes of the German Reich ever. Oh, it's fun that they consider this to be part of this peace conference. Now, unfortunately, some of these countries are not in the peace conference. Most annoyingly, Norway. We will need to take down Japan, but it's actually not a big deal. The important part is that everything required for the European Union is in here. So we're going to just annex most of this stuff, actually. The only thing is maybe Portugal. If you don't want the puppet area, you can just annex the mainland and you can puppet the rest. Done. Perfect. Now, what's left to do? We need to take down quickly Poland, so let's use a couple of armies for Poland.
Ready to move!
And we're also going to use a couple of armies to quickly take down Spain. One is enough, but if you can spare 2 armies, it's easier, especially now that we have Portugal. This will speed up things significantly. And the other thing we want to do now is we want to annex Italy. So check check how long. So check the amount of points required. Let's say 900, and start another land lease to Italy. This is why we have been building convoys from the beginning, by the way, as you can see. They are quite convenient. So let's send them to Italy, and we also saved 300 political power specifically for this purpose.
Orders!
When you complete... no, never mind. If Iran or Afghanistan, if Afghanistan or Iran refuse to become a puppet, you can declare war on them. Though maybe I would do it a little bit later, otherwise you will lose India, which is a bit annoying.
Ready, sir! Come on! Ready! Attention! Go, go, go! Ready, sir!
Look at Japan! Look at Japan! Okay, time for Spain. So let's take down Spain as well. Of course, don't care about what Poland does in here, as the victory points are down here. And while we take them, they can push north, no problem.
Ready, sir! Move out!
Okay, Poland is down,
Yes,
no
sir.
problem.
Ready to move!
Now that Poland is down, we can start preparing these armies for the next task, which is of course taking down the Soviet Union. So we can start pre-planning the offensive in here.
Ready, sir!
And what I would also do at this point is I would improve the infrastructures at the border with the Soviet Union. And upgrade the bottleneck on the supply hubs. We need a few days maybe. Okay, Spain is down. We are going to annex mainland Spain. And you can puppet the rest. Now what this means, boys, is that we basically have everything we need to realize the European unity. All we need is to annex Italy, and as soon as our convoys get there, or our land lease gets to Italy, it's going to be done. Well, I will never find it in here, but anyways, very soon.
Listen up!
Let's prepare the last two armies at the border with the Soviet Union.
Ready, sir!
So at this point, we're also going to make some last changes to this template. We're going to add one medium tank and remove one infantry. So this is the final one, and we're going to recruit another 24 of them. Can I not upgrade bottlenecks? What the fuck? Then, as I mentioned, prioritize building the railways and the infrastructures at the border to help a little bit with supplies. There is not enough steel in the world to cover our production, I'm afraid.
Orders!
And there we go, so we can annex Italy. Where the fuck is Italy? Cannot see anything here. Where is it? Oh, okay. We can finally annex Italy, and with that we can also realize the European unity and core immediately all of the stuff that you see in here. So that's France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, everything, all cored. But not only that, you also now get these new special decisions which allow you to core this stuff here once we take Switzerland, Spain, and Portugal. Well, all of this stuff, the rest of the islands, Scandinavia, Finland, and even the Balkans, Greece. But more importantly, this big chunk of Belarus and Ukraine, this very rich area, this area, and all of this area will become a core of the European Union. The main issue is we will not have enough political power to do it within the limits of this run, but we are going to take all of the land that we can core in this run. And then you can just wait and continue until everything is cored.
Yes, sir!
So let's get everyone in position. Unification of Europe, even more factories, even less steel to produce, and we are... I don't know what to produce anymore. Completely crazy. Now, this is something that might change when they add coal to the game. I think at this point we would be fucked. What is worrying me about that change is like, what can I do? I mean, I don't want this many factories. Yes, I'm building some of them, but most of them I conquered. So hopefully when you do something like this, you will also get the coal to sustain your industry. Otherwise, I mean, what can I do? If I expand, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, I kind of forgot about Albania. Yeah, fair, absolutely fair. So Albania is taking us down. So yeah, let's send this army very quickly to take care of them. They probably have like 3 divisions. They're conquering everything. Yeah, just go. I don't think they have divisions, actually.
Ready, sir.
Pretty funny.
Yes, sir. Orders. Orders.
So Albania taking longer than Germany to capitulate. Come on, let me peek the fucking researchers.
Fall in. Yes, sir.
Good. Why is Albania not capitulating? Okay. Okay, now Albania is also done.
Fall in. Attention. Commands. Yes, sir.
We're not super in a hurry in attacking the Soviet Union, as in the meantime we're getting collaboration governments, which will make it faster anyway. It's pretty convenient.
Commands.
But okay, I would say we are pretty much ready. So war on the Soviet Union, and let's start pushing everywhere at the same time. Now, as we attack the Soviet Union, we're also going to start the justification on Finland, since we can core it. Yeah, steel is going to be a bit of a problem. Of course, I mean, we have green air, we have insane armies. You don't need to micro, you can just battle plan and easily push into the Soviet Union. We're also going to force deploy this last offensive army, and we're going to start training them. Oh my god. Little mistake here.
Ready.
Where is my freaking...
Attention.
These guys we don't care about, but these guys we care about. So this army we're going to use to invade Sweden. Normally I would do it from Norway, but since we don't have Norway, we can plan a naval invasion instead. So we can position them in here, and then later on we'll go for a naval invasion. They still need to train anyway. Wounded? Okay, we can declare war on Finland. They might join the Soviet Union at this point if they are not already at war with the Soviet Union. And we are going to justify Sweden. Perfect. Okay, Finland joined the Soviet Union, so we don't even need to worry about pushing them. By the way, guys, look at the amount of factories we have in 1939. It's quite crazy. We actually have too many. No, I cannot pick my fucking hell. Go away. Should just call all of them to get rid of them, but yeah. Big reason not to make puppets. Biggest reason. Once I delete them once, don't make them come back. I cannot pick my researchers, come on. You. Ah. I mean, there is no steel. Nobody has the steel. Okay, fuck it. No steel.
Attention!
I think we can maybe aim at taking them down with the second collab. Oh, maybe a bit sooner than that. Let's see. At this point of the run, the game lags. No matter what, there's nothing you can do about it. It just lags. Especially with the puppets. Honestly, don't care about this stuff. We're not going to push into Finland, we don't need to. And now somewhere around this time you should be able to make the new fighters and the new CAS. So usual designs. This one for fighters. This one for CAS. Okay, we got the claim on Sweden as well. We can declare war on Sweden. And now the last one is entirely optional. But if you want to take everything that you can core, then there would be Switzerland and Turkey. If you're going for a world conquest, it doesn't matter much, but I wouldn't prioritize these ones because it takes forever to get these claims. So these are the longest ones to get. You can just claim everything else in the world and just get them in the peace conference. I'm going to start one on Turkey, but we're probably going to end the run before we actually take it. It's okay. Once the Soviet Union is down, there isn't really any challenge left. We're going to take down Japan as well, though, because Japan is annoying. I don't want to push in there, actually, so maybe let's stop these guys.
Move out.
Reorganize these ones a little bit.
Ready to move. Orders. Attention. Listen up. Move out.
In trouble if I don't move it.
Yes, sir. Attention! Orders! Move out! Attention! Yes, sir! Listen up! Ready! Ready, sir! Yes, sir! Attention!
So Sweden never joins any faction, and it stays as a major, so you need to take them down manually.
Commands! Listen up! Yes, sir! Move out! Listen up! Ready! Ready to move! Yes, sir! Ready, sir! Listen up! All in! Come on!
Well, we get Moscow, guys, instead of standing here and doing nothing. Huh? That's cool, no?
Keep moving!
I think that's pretty cool. Now, if you had the spare political power, you could pick the infantry expert. It can really help. It's 50... yeah, let's do it. Speed these up a little bit. Otherwise, of course, you want to save the political power to pick these decisions and core stuff. Okay, Moscow is down.
Ready!
Things are going well.
Ready, sir!
So actually, you know what we're going to do now? We are going to move this army here, the one that we are training. Instead of using it for Sweden, we're going to move it in Hong Kong. Together with this fleet here, so that once the Soviet Union goes down, we will be ready for Japan. Look at Japan getting destroyed by China. We will be ready for Japan, which is important because if you're not at war with Japan at this point, after the Soviet Union goes down, you simply move the army here and you invade them from here, which is the easiest and best. But if you're already at war with Japan, they will take this area, it will become annoying, so it's easier to just do it down from here and naval invade this area. Okay, we're going to use this strategy this time.
Go, go, go! Yes, sir! Ready, sir!
Okay, Stalingrad is down. Now, if we get the second collab, still a bit. 100 days is a bit too much. I think we will just need to push a bit more.
Fall in!
There is a little bit of RNG as to when they give up.
Come on! Come on! Fall in!
Oh, we forgot about these guys. Wait, where are you going?
Come on!
Don't leave these guys here like that.
Ready, sir! Let's go! Fall in! Ready to move! Attention! Orders! Listen up! Ready! Ready! Ready!
Yeah, we're getting closer to the Soviet Union. We were a bit late because of the spies, and they got caught. So we are late with the second collab. Otherwise, by this time, you would have the second collab and it would be over. Where is our collab, by the way? Yeah, 86 days.
Ready! Come on!
I wonder if this fleet will be enough to give us the naval supremacy against Japan. It looks like it is.
All in! Ready! Listen up!
It's funny that despite battle planning like that, not microing anything, we only have 42,000 casualties against the Soviet Union. Actually, against the Soviet Union is only 29,000 casualties. Basically nothing.
Commands! Fall in! Go, go, go!
Okay, and it looks like it's almost done, by the way.
Fall in!
So that's great. And our divisions are in position here, so that's also great. Now we can start planning this naval invasion right away. So from Hong Kong, groups of 2, and we go for this area.
Fall in! Commands! Orders! Ready to move! Come on!
The Soviet Union will definitely capitulate if we take Baku. Oh, it's done. It's done. Soviet Union down. Look at this. This is great. This is perfect. So now we can annex Finland since we can core it. And then we can annex a good part of the Soviet Union because we can core it. Now I can't remember exactly until where we can core it, but this is a good line to keep in mind. So the Urals Mountains is the area that you can core. You can definitely core this area down here. I don't think you can core this area, but just in case we're going to annex it. We're also going to annex Finland entirely. Oh, fuck. I missed everything. Come on, click. And there we go. So this is the part more or less that this is more or less the part that we should be able to core. Everything else we can just pop it. Take these impressive navies as well. Let's be happy and let's confirm. We're almost done, guys. Almost at the end of this insane run. Now, we can use these armies to push into Sweden, since we need to. But the main thing will be a naval invasion, so let's prepare them here to naval invade. Another army maybe in here to naval invade. Another army doesn't matter much. Stop training these guys. Oh, we can core something, by the way. We have the political power to do so. And I think maybe a good pick... I think maybe a good first pick here. Well, the Russian expansion would be nice. But I think the Spain one is pretty nice. So let's go for that. More cores for us.
Orders.
Okay, the naval invasion is ready, so let's immediately naval invade Japan.
Yes, sir. Listen up. Attention. Listen up.
Let's see if Japan keeps the good old tradition of not defending. Actually, they don't. They defend. Look at that.
Listen up.
See one. I see at least one division in there. Also, these guys are giving up for some reason.
Yes, sir. Listen up. Move out.
It's not very cool.
Listen up. Move out! Go, go, go! Move out! Come on! Yes, sir! Ready to move!
Where are they going?
Go, go, go!
They have divisions. Insane.
Keep your distances! Attention!
But they sent them away for some mysterious reason, which is not very smart. They could have actually held here. They could have actually held here, I think. But somehow they decided to move away their divisions and give me the harbor.
Yes, sir!
Which I'm very grateful about. Which I'm very grateful about because I didn't really want to make this a painful and long invasion. So thank you very much.
Commands!
Everyone moving there, and as that naval invasion is done, I think we can plan another one in here.
Attention! Attention! Ready, sir! Orders! Ready to move! Commands! Ready to move! Orders!
Yeah, this wasn't planned very well, I must admit, but it's okay. Can you actually go there? Because I blocked this one.
Commands! Listen up! Attention! Move out! Pushing them back, sir! Ready! Yes, sir!
How come we don't have Green Sea?
Listen up! All in! Listen up! All in! Commands!
Well, we got the navies of the entire world, but somehow we don't get Green Sea against Sweden. Dudes, what the fuck is this? What? What? Sweden is OP. We all know that Sweden is OP. That's always been OP. Okay, finally. Let's go.
Ready!
Lost. Ah, there. Crazy.
Ready! Commands! Ready, sir!
Okay, everything is good in Japan. I wanted to do it in 1939. Sad, Japan took a bit longer than planned. Still okay, of course.
Attention! Orders! Attention! Fall in! Commands! Commands! Ready! Listen up! Ready to move! Orders! Move out! Ready, sir!
I think Japan will go down pretty soon. Now, as you know, the annoying part about Japan is we'll need to share most of the score with China, but that's okay.
Ready to move!
Japan down? Almost.
Ready, sir! Ready to move!
Oh, let's get these guys in it. No. Okay, let's forget about it, because Chile is going to be a major. No Afghanistan for us. That's okay. That's okay. We don't care.
Commands!
Was about to make a very big mistake right at the end of the run. Okay, Japan is down. China has most of the score, unfortunately, and we absolutely need to use some for Poland and Norway. So we are mostly going to have to give up on Japan, probably. It's okay. The important part is that we take these guys here, since we can core them. Oh, we also need Albania. Yeah, and that's enough. And then as for Japan, if we can puppet some of it, that would be cool. Usually you can puppet some of it. Like maybe we can puppet all of it. Oh yeah, pretty happy. Pretty happy with mainland Japan. Confirm. That's it, boys. January 1940, the last major is down. Although we do need to quickly take care of Sweden, so let's do that so we can end this run not at war. Shouldn't take too long. Though Sweden is Sweden, and it's OP. Yeah, I don't know what to pick anymore. Okay.
Orders!
Yeah, they need 0 victory point left to give up. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Commands! Attention! Ready, sir!
But the cool thing is we can now annex someone else who is going to be beneficial. This stuff is pretty cool. It's all of Poland. Yeah, I guess let's take Poland.
Commands!
last standing. They just want to make it as hard as possible for me.
Move out! Fall in! Attention! Commands! Yes, sir! Ready to move! Move out!
Go there.
Orders! Come on! Ready to move! Attention! Ready! Ready, sir! Move out! Come on! Come on!
Oh, no. I was hoping, but no. Another 3%.
Listen up!
Now we should be almost done, though.
Yes, sir! Ready, sir! Attention! Commands!
Sweden is just insane. It's insane. 1%, not enough.
Ready!
Okay, until the last little blue spot is down, Sweden is gonna be there. Well, what about now? Oh, well, they still have that. I need to take these. Are you kidding me? It's fucking insane, brother.
Commands! Ready to move! Yes, sir! Move out! Move out!
Just stupid.
Orders!
And we don't have the green. We don't have green waters. There is my entire navy here. Boys. What are we talking about? How? GG. Cannot invade Sweden because we cannot get green water. No naval supremacy, end of the run. You're fucking kidding me.
Orders!
Come on! What is this? Oh yeah, we got it, okay. They don't even have a fleet. Where is their fleet? Oh, I wasted so much time for Sweden. Can we die? Oh, thank you, Sweden. Now Sweden is done. Fuck you very much. Thank you. Bye. That's it. So, a bit later because Sweden took forever, but it is 1940 and we have 1,788 factories. Not only we conquered this part of the world, but more importantly, we control everything in Europe except for Switzerland and Turkey that can be cored. We just lack the political power to do that. But then with these decisions, you can literally core all of this part of the world, the part that is not already cored. Because of course we have cores in here, we have cores in France, in Germany, in the Netherlands, in Italy, in Belgium, in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, in New Zealand. Well, it's just absolutely insane. And now this has to be the easiest possible run and guide I ever made. So insanely overpowered that the only issue is maybe not having fun because you're too strong to have fun. I highly recommend this to everyone. At least once in your lifetime, you need to experience how overpowered fascist UK is. and you know you're overpowered when the biggest issue you have is that you don't know what to build anymore and you don't know what to produce anymore. I just have too many military factories, so I just built 20,000 trucks because I didn't know what to do with them. Now, it may look easy, and it is easy once you follow the strategy, but developing this strategy was not as easy. I had to time everything perfectly, especially for the first part of the run, in which we take Canada down, we puppet them and annex them, just with the perfect timing to also core the United States. You may not realize, but if you don't follow the same path, the same order, it becomes much harder to get the amount of cores we had as early as we got them. Now, there are faster ways to conquer the world, but nothing will give you this many factories this fast. Now, of course, keep in mind that it is now March 1940, but in January 1940, basically in November 1939, we had the same amount of factories. Then I just wasted some time on Sweden. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do not forget to support the channel by liking the video, subscribing, and leaving me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this run. If you have any ideas for further improvements, seems impossible, but who knows? And if you try it, make sure to let me know how it goes. That's all for this video, but I will see you guys very soon in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.